I'm sure you've heard the saying, God helps those who help themselves. Well, this has often been credited to Benjamin Franklin for motivating people to take the initiative in their own lives. But the saying actually goes back to ancient times with essentially the same wording and purpose. But maybe you've even quoted it to reinforce the message of personal responsibility and self-help. Do you know that a poll in the late 90s showed the majority of people, around 80%, believe this is a quote from the Bible? Well, is that true? Well, the answer is no. This is not a quote from the Bible. Perhaps it could be argued that the idea of taking personal responsibility and helping yourself could be a concept found in the Bible, but does not reflect the biblical story. In fact, the Christian story is about how God helps those who can't help themselves. The Bible tells us a story of grace in that when no one could help themselves, God stepped in and sent help. It's a story of total dependence on God for help. It recognizes that we need help and that nothing we can do can help ourselves. It's a story of rescue and supernatural help. Listen to what the Bible says about our need for help and where our help comes from. Romans chapter 5, verse 6 says, "You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly." And in verse 8, it said, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, helpless, Christ died for us." See, when we were helpless, God sent help. Jesus came to rescue us when we could not rescue ourselves. This is, in fact, the story of the Bible, a story of help arriving just in time to those that are powerless, a story of love and undeserved grace. So let me ask you this question. Is this your story? Do you recognize your helpless state? Do you see all God has done for you, even though you're undeserving of it? You see, God helps those who can't help themselves. This is the truth of who God is and who we are. If we think God helps those who help themselves, we could miss out on what God actually has for us. We'll end up carrying the weight of responsibility to get it right or to do better, and somehow it feels like it's all up to us. See, there's a better way, God's way. He offers you his help. Have you said yes to his help? It's free for the taking, and that's courageous living.